Alright. We were off for a week, so I'm guessing that everybody, including me, has forgotten everything about what's going on. Here's what I remember.
Bears.
There were bears. That is what I remember.
And we had made it slightly into the Underdark.
Yes. So.
I said we
the tip.
we're like in the doorstep of the Underdark.
Indeed. So, Naravar and his wife, Lorana, finally took their leave and allowed themselves to be banished back to their home plane of existence. But not before giving a gift to Cyrus, who had expressed an interest in the Order of the Spiral Tower. And giving him a very fancy magic longsword, which he attuned to on the walk. To go into a little bit of detail on that, because everyone would know, once you finished attuning that sword, Derek, it would have begun to glow along its blade, emitting dim light. It is enshrouded by a green mist, as long as it's out of its sheath.
Alright.
Similar to, but distinct from, how Naravar's sword would glow with a blue and green intertwining ribbon of arcane energy around its blade. Yours just sort of has like a misty haze around it.
Alright.
You walked from Volinar with Zephyrius, the drow, who brought you to what he told you was an old path from his city of Umberlight in the Underdark onto the surface nearby to Volinar. Likely, as he put it, it wasn't used frequently these days, since Volinar had taken such a proactive stance against the drow. But upon arriving at a set of caves in a cliffside that he indicated contained the one you were looking for, you did run afoul of a group of bears who came out to menace the party. Jebel stepped forward and said, "Let me handle this," and began to speak to the bears. And after a lot of haggling, and Vendar shooting one of the bears with a bolt of flame from his fire bowstring, Jebel did manage to convince the bears to let you all pass through, and try to devise a way to keep the roads safe for other travelers in the future, which Laramendus very much disagreed with. After that, you descended into the cave, and Zephyrius killed any spiders he saw along the way. All of you who needed it are getting good use out of your new dark vision item, as there is no source of light in that cave. It let out, and Zephyrius parted ways with you as you entered a large, round, straight tunnel, represented by the purple line on the screen. And you were left to find your way through the Underdark with the instructions given by Zeph for how to find and enter Umberlight. You know that it's going to require navigation through tunnels that may have changed since he last used them, and it's going to require you to interact with drow to get in, and to interact with them in such a way as not to speak out loud of their non-alignment with Lolth.
So we just walk around saying Hell Hydra and we're okay, right?
Totally. That's definitely how that works.
Hell Oath. Hell Oath. Hello.
Just so you know, I have not, mapped out the entire Underdark here. Each of these is just a battle grid for use in different situations. So this segment of the game is going to be more theater of the mind, more, choosing different tunnels and passages and having those described to you.
Well, this dark, so you know.
Yeah, but you have dark vision, so everything just looks... When there's no light source at all, everything just looks gray and black to you. But you can see just fine. You're not gonna be tripping over stuff.
Unless you're cheating like Leah.
So Leah's gonna be tripping over stuff?
No, Leah can't see colors in the dark. So that's why I say unless you're cheating.
She's gonna trip a little light. Fantastic.
I mean, effectively. Yes. Devil's Sight. Those with Devil's Sight are able to see in utter darkness in full color as though it were daylight.
Yukikaze looks disappointed, though.
I can see his disappointment in color.
That's it. Well, it's because I read all these books and I talked to all these drow about the Underdark and was looking forward to seeing everything but the brain suckers, and it's all great.
Well,
I
you
don't
can turn on the lights on the way out.
I don't really want to see the brain suckers.
No.
If you have a light source that can shed at least dim light, then you will be able to render colors for things. But if you have no light source, then everything is black and white. And it is treated as dim light, meaning that you have disadvantage on perception.
Oh, darn.
But if it is dim light, then you do not have disadvantage. It is treated as normal vision. But...
Do you...
Okay, sorry. Just needed to take a peek at some messages I just received from players. Okay, so here you are. You are now in this long, dark tunnel that you can see all the details of thanks to your dark vision now that you all have that. The tunnel itself appears to be almost perfectly round in its diameter. However, it is not perfectly smooth. It's not, in case you're worried, reminiscent of the caves of the Beholder, which had been disintegrated to a perfect smoothness. This is ribbed and ridged and striated as though dug out by some kind of tools. You can see scratches and scrapes and gouges in the rock face around you. There is a distinct... The atmosphere here is distinct in that it is warm, somewhat humid. You feel like the air itself is palpable, and there is the pungent smell of... I want to say it's decay because that's where it originates, but it's not that nasty, sharp smell of rot. It is the smell of fungal growth, however, and the area is humid, and you can see that the walls of this cave, run with condensing moisture.
Would pungent be?
Pungent means that the odor is strong. And while it is... I think that a more accurate term here is aromatic. It's aromatic in here, and you can smell this. It smells old, it smells hollow, it smells like there are plants... Musky.
Musky?
Musty. Musty's good,
Musty.
and musky is good because it's got that musky odor of living creatures. It smells like there's life here. It's not just a blank rock face. You know that you are pointed in the direction that you need to move, and on the screen heading to the east. You have been given instruction about how far you need to traverse before taking this tunnel or that, in which direction, in order to get to Umbralite, but it's still going to require survival checks to make sure that you don't miss your turn or misremember the instructions. More messages.
Does Sam get advantage or anything due to his perfect memory?
For remembering shit, but I'm just saying that that would be for an intelligence check. This is a survival check, which is encompassing the idea of remembering the instructions, but it's encompassing all of it. It's not just remembering the instructions. So on the survival checks, no. Because it's more than just that. It's just that is a part of it.
I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So again, this part isn't going to rely heavily on the maps except for combat. So, you are going to begin your journey down this tunnel, and as you traverse, you can see that there are parts where it is wider and narrower. It's not entirely 100% uniform, and you can see offshoots, some of which are just a few feet deep. Others seem to become their own narrow branching tunnels off of this one. And as you go, you are ever aware of this feeling of being watched. Like you can hear the sounds of small creatures, even though they might be around a corner or behind a furrow in the stone. You can't see them. Like peepers in the night, you hear their sounds, you feel the life around you, but you can't always perceive it, even with your dark vision. And you find in the darkness, in spite of your dark vision, that it is this, there's this ever-present, oppressive feeling of not being alone.
I'd like to keep an eye out for spiders.
Okay. You may keep an eye out for spiders. You do begin to see many as you continue down this passage. What would you like to do when you see spiders?
As I know I can't get them all, I'll just try and either stomp on them or stab them with my dagger if they're within arm's reach, so as not to slow the party down.
Okay. Yep. Going just for the ones that are close enough to be dealt with without dragging. you do catch a few of these over the course of the next couple hours. Again, this is kind of open world-ish, so feel free to converse with the other players or ask me questions about the scenery if I haven't described something, but what is happening is that over the course of the next several hours you're going to be passing down this narrow tunnel that begins to wind and branch, and why don't you each roll me a survival check?
Alright. I got a 13.
Got a 17.
You got a 6.
Raiken got an 18.
Underdark got a 19.
I'm distracted by a particularly glowy fungus.
Jebel notices Cyrus killing spiders. He's just going to go, "What are you doing?"
Do you whisper that or do you telepath it? Because if you whisper,
Oh, do we have
I told
telepathy?
you about telepathy.
Okay, then I telepath it.
You want a survival check from all of us? Or just us?
From everybody, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then my dice here.
In regards to why I'm doing
What?
that, I need to pull up the exact word.
I couldn't hear that response.
That's because I mumbled the last part to myself because it was just me telling myself to pull up the wording so I get this
And
accurate.
my survival was shite.
Uh,
Gonna get my sheet up.
and then I'll say
No.
telepathically back to Jebel in response. Because as a follower of Corellin, it's my duty to thwart the followers of Loth at every opportunity, and the spiders are her eyes. I have no intention of letting them slip by me when I have the chance.
My survival was 10.
Spiders are actually her followers?
I don't know if they're actually her followers, but she does use them to as her eyes and ears.
Do you not suppose then that if you're going around killing all of them, that might draw attention to us?
It might.
Are we putting it in Discord for the?
Question is how quickly she'll be notified of the killing of the spiders. Like, is this a telepathic thing, or will they run over to report to her? I
Thing
mean,
is, we don't know. We
I
just
don't-
don't know.
I mean, either way, it's no worse for us to kill them.
Yeah. We're not drow. We're gonna stand out down here and get reported regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to stand out, but do we want to stand out more? We're going to have some amount of attention on us, but do we want more attention?
Oh, Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. I've probably asked her this before we entered Underdark, but either way, I'm gonna ask Lorelei to stay invisible while we're down here, because she might draw more unwanted attention, being a fae.
Okay. You can stay invisible, I believe. I don't think there's any limit
Yeah,
on how
I
much.
think sprites have the ability to stay invisible at will.
I can double check, but I think that's correct.
Spell magic turns invisible until it attacks or casts a spell, or until its concentration ends. Okay, yeah, so it is a concentration. Yeah, but it doesn't have a
Time.
it doesn't have a duration.
Oh.
So it's just as long as she's concentrated. So
Yep.
if she get attacked, it will become invisible. But she does that regardless anyway, because it is until she's attacked. So
Yep. As long
Or
as she
spell.
concentrates on it, she can stay invisible.
Yeah, I feel like when saying that until it attacks or casts spells. Yeah, I guess being attacked is not the same as to attack. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. So if she's attacked, but keep concentration, she's still invisible.
If she gets attacked, she rolls a concentration check.
Yeah.
And it's decided just the same as if she were concentrating on a spell. So if she doesn't make the check, then she becomes visible. If she attacks, she automatically loses it.
Yeah, I was just thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you all continue down this dark and winding and branching path. And after about 45 minutes of this, of listening to your own footsteps echo off the stones, of wondering every now and again, what the hell did I just step in? Your very next thought is, good God, all of these look the same. How does anybody find their way around down here? And it's not long after that you become aware that you have no idea if you've made the right turns or not, because the tunnels don't have any good demarcation. None that you were able to determine, none that made them stand out from each other. You're just not used to traveling in this type of area at this point. And so you begin to wonder if you've gone the right way or not.
Was that part of the survival we rolled?
Yeah, so the survival you rolled was overall not good.
Oh, you didn't. I just want to ask him where you're putting next. I got a 24.
Yeah, no, some of you did very well, but there are others who did very poorly who become distractions.
Very,
very
fair
It was a group thing, I guess.
It is a group thing.
Yeah.
Fair point. Fair point.
Tremendous. I got a 4 on my die, so that's a 10. I mean, I didn't roll good either.
I have a -1, so I feel like I did pretty good.
Yeah, I got.
When one of us fails, we all fail.
Yeah, I got a very good survival, so to get a low roll for me is hard, but I still managed.
You do feel as though as you move, you are getting deeper and deeper into the earth. You would almost feel as though the tunnels were getting darker and darker, except that that's not really possible. They were already pitch dark. And then up ahead, you finally notice, for the first time, what looks to be a gradient of light on the wall. And as you press forward toward this opening, you do find that there is light emanating from the area ahead. And what you see before you is not, in fact, too dissimilar to this background image I've chosen, is a large, open cavern that appears as though there is light coming into it. And as you take in this sight of this vaulted ceiling and almost like looking from the top of a mountain across, a wild valley, only, miniaturized into this cavern, you find that the sources of light here are columns of stone that connect the floor to the ceiling. They appear natural, not man-made, that seem to be letting off this strange green brilliance. And as you look upon this scene stretched out before you longer, you become aware that it is because they are dotted over their whole surfaces with mushroom caps that seem to have this radiance coming from beneath them. This phosphorescent glow. And then further to this, you notice that in the farthest corners of this cavern, there are tree-like behemoths of mushrooms, the underside of the caps of which are glowing with greens and blues and oranges. Soft, dim light, not bright like the sun, but a stark, contrast to the pitch darkness that you've been traveling in spite of your dark vision. You are now able to see colors that you hadn't been able to perceive for a long time. You can see that nearest to you, the stones are reflecting the hues of these mushrooms, so they appear to be greens and purples splashed, but you do gain a sense that they are in fact a darkish blue beneath that reflection. You finally can see with this light the shadows of creatures in the room moving. You can see what look to be maybe small scavenger type rodents like rats and insects and spiders moving on the walls. You can see that this whole area is simultaneously, plunged in darkness, but still alive and active, not asleep as the surface world usually becomes when it gets dark. It is also, as you come into here, I should ask, is anybody carrying a source of light? Have you got Ash in a no-light state, or has he been providing light this whole time? I don't know how... Because if he's lit up, you will be making the party obvious, and I don't know if you want to avoid that.
Yeah, my intent was for him to be off.
Okay, yeah.
If anyone had wanted him to be on, we can discuss that. But as we were walking in here, he would have been off.
Okay. So, yes, I treated it as though you had him off that whole time.
Even though I'd like to be holding my new sword, with it giving light, I don't want to give our position away, so I'll have it in its sheath.
Is anybody bearing a source of light with them, or will you all be sticking to the stealthy darkness?
Stealthy darkness.
Okay.
Darkness. Stealth.
If you would roll stealth, then.
Oh yeah, my favorite roll.
You do notice as you come out from what you can see now, compared to this cavern, is a side tunnel that the local fauna, the bugs eating the fungi, move away from you as you enter.
Thank you. Advantage. 19.
If you can just enter them into the channel so that I have a list. Just the number is enough.
I'm trying to contemplate if I want to use a stealth. Like, not a stealth, my inspiration. For this. I'll just go with what I...
Go Team Clank.
So now that you are focusing more on trying to be quiet as you enter a wider area, not all of the dangers of which can you be certain you've perceived, you begin to realize that all of those echoing footsteps you'd been listening to as you walked through your narrow tunnel passage, were the Dragonborn clanking his way down.
I like to think that, like, the more that Raiken tries to think about being stealthy, the louder he ends up getting.
It does seem like that sort of happens. I'm still missing some people here, like Yukikaze and Leah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Enough.
Raiken had a 17, but he got disadvantage, so then he
oh
got
yeah,
30.
that's right. I gotta roll disadvantage.
Why? Oh wait, yeah, you have the magic full plate now after you, or go with the half plate. Not half plate.
Breastplate.
Breast. That's it.
What was my sneaking? I know my boss is sneaking, so 15.
Not bad.
Better than me, and I have significant bonuses to sneaking.
Good roll.
So we're just missing. Who's muted?
Yeah. I would have had to roll a 1 to get a 14.
And when you roll a 1 on it, it counts as a 10. So
All right, that's right.
You cannot get a 14.
So the minimum I could have rolled was a 23.
Cheater. It's legal, but still cheat.
But I rolled a 31. So
What did Leah get? Oh, 10. No, that's survival. What did Leah get?
He's still AFK.
Yeah.
Still AFK? Okay. Guess I want to wait for him to come back anyway, just because, stuff's about to happen.
So what I'm hearing is roll for initiative as well. Just start to get that out of the way.
Didn't say that.
You were thinking it.
It is concerning that he's been AFK for almost 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Time to poop.
Okay. Well, he can catch up.
We're leaving Leah behind.
So, as you stand in the entrance to this cavern that's high vaulted ceiling, and you can see that the light from mushrooms is being reflected off of wet surfaces, which gives the whole place kind of a dull glow. You will also notice that there are trickles of water coming from like high up on the walls and running down in small rivulets. This place almost seems to have its own like small waterfalls, streams cutting through, perhaps. Probably not deep enough to swim in, but enough that the local fauna could gather water from them and sustain themselves. You imagine also that there are probably animals that have specifically adapted to eating the mushrooms or the bugs or the rodents here to survive. And it is as you are taking this in and wondering to yourselves, are we in the right place? How do we check? You are going to roll perception, or tell me your passive perceptions.
So I was at the bathroom, but I kept the stream chat on, so I could hear that you wanted a stealth roll. So I was a little late at it, but I got a stealth roll of 27.
If you want passive,
Passive with the penalty for the light.
No, this will be audible.
Okay.
And so you said originally said roll it or passive, or did you just, or is that just you change your mind to just mere passive?
I mean, you roll, and if your passive is higher, you just give me the passive anyway.
Okay, in that case, it's 16 for me. No, wait. Perception? Yeah, 16.
Alright, type them into the chat so that I have a list to look at, please.
Oh my god. My die rolled off the table and I can't find it.
Well, it's come to be eaten now.
No.
That dice now belong to Lolf.
It's never coming back. I have to find
Until
a new
you have
favorite.
to step on it.
Only if it's a D4.
All
Wow.
these darn
Fi-
wisdom skills.
15th of December, 15th of September is such a date. It's when RTX starts. It's when I get
Oh
I get
shit,
back
there
to
it
work.
is. It glows in the dark.
I get back to work at that
Forgot it
date.
did that.
Uh, Disney Plus arrives in Norway that date, and this yogurt expires. All September 15th. What a date.
You get Disney Plus and
Yeah, we get
My
it 15th of
passive's
September in Norway.
25.
It's
are you going to get
about damn time.
are you going to get all
Okay,
episodes of The
alright,
Mandalorian from the
Hey,
start?
alright, enough.
I don't know. I
Hey.
haven't said. I
Hey.
assume.
Please. Doing stuff. Rolls entered.
5 of them have
1, 2,
been.
3, 4, 5.
6. Missing Yukikaze's. Now we have them all in.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out why I can't find what I'm looking for. Just thought there was something in my music list, and I'm not seeing it. And it's bothering the crap out of me. Wow. Oh. There we go. Okay. Looks to me like just E and Raiken. Just the dragon porn. Won't immediately hear a small scuffling noise not too far away, seemingly behind one of the stalagmites coming out of the ground, and a voice hushing another. You hear Undercommon, a scratchy voice, saying, "Hey, did you hear that? Wait, listen. I think someone's there."
I'll telepath to the rest in case other people didn't hear it. Sounds like we might have company, and I'll indicate the direction.
Like, will telepath back. I didn't hear anything.
Why I'm telling you.
and I'll tell us back. Company could be a lot of things, like monster. Does it do anything?
I think we're the company.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but still.
There is a stretch of silence after you hear this voice, before you hear the scuff of a stone nearby. Much closer than when the voice originated. Going to be... Cyrus got added to the list of people who didn't notice that one, though. So, as that happens, Bendar being the most perceptive, I'll address it to him. It will... it sounds as though a creature is moving, trying to get closer to the group. You know, because of your position at the mouth of this tunnel, that unless it finds a way into the tunnel, it can't get by you. But you do catch, out the corner of your eye, the glint in your dark vision of a small rock shift and fall a little bit, about 10 feet away.
I'll pull out my bow and aim at it and tell them, come out.
I told you to be quiet. After a few moments, during which you can hear your own heartbeat in your neck, a small creature steps out from behind the stalagmite. It appears to be about the same size as Jebel. It has similar physical features to him, the enlarged nose, a childlike size and appearance, but the clear signs of age on its face despite its size. It seems to scowl at you through the dark. It says, all right, masters. You don't want any trouble. I came out. What do you want?
What was the name of the city?
Umbralite.
We're just hoping to make
we're
our way
headed
to
to
Umbralite.
Yeah.
Surface dwellers looking for Umbralite, eh?
Do I recognize what this is?
I mean, by all accounts, it looks like a gnome. You can roll nature to see if you know for certain. It is speaking in Undercommon. Did you make a nature check?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell if this is a 9 or a 6. That's a 9. It's really badly marked. 9 plus 8 is 17.
Okay. It might have been a gnome once upon a time. You are aware from the your time training with your druidic mentor that there is a race of gnomes native to the Underdark, known colloquially as deep gnomes. They have a more complicated name that I don't feel like trying to pronounce right now.
Are these the
We're
same?
Nevlin.
Are these the same gnomes I met when talking with Seth earlier? Like when I helped guiding those who didn't want to stay, I met some of the.
Oh yeah,
gnome.
there were two deep gnome survivors that were with the group of drow in Volinar. That's correct. So actually, all of you that can see him, which is all of you, can recognize that while he looks, for the most part, like a gnome, there's certain features, the particular pallor of the skin, the shape of the eyes, the white hair and the way that it grows, that is a tell that it is not a standard forest or rock gnome, that this is one of the deep gnomes, a few specimens of which you have encountered. What brings surface dwellers to a place like this? Why would you want to go there?
That's our business.
Indeed, of course, Master. He's still, holding his hands up next to his head, showing that he's, unarmed. You gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Apologies, 1,000 apologies. Please. Is there some way, perhaps, that I can be of service?
You could point us to Umberlight.
I think that is possible. My services are not free. But if you are lost, they will be quite valuable.
We lost.
Most unfortunate predicament, Master. Well, you just follow old Chult. He knows the way.
And what do you want to exchange?
They use gold on the surface, Master.
I want to insight this guy.
Yeah, me too.
Go for it. Do they use gold on the surface, Master?
You just want some gold?
It won't be quite as useful down here.
I want 17. I have 17.
Okay.
I got 13.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I got a 20.
Ugh. Wait, what are we rolling again?
They're inciting to see if they can trust this guy.
I got a 20.
So many wisdom checks that I'm so bad at.
Gotta answer these individually.
When he was sneaking up, we heard him speaking,
Yes.
and we all understood him.
Yes.
Then I'm going to telepath, Bendar. Remember, he wasn't alone.
Right. And where's the other one? Where's your friend? He should come out too.
Begging the Master's pardon, Chult's only friend is his pet lizard. He kind of opens his vest and reveals an inner pocket in which you can see this lizard kind of dangling its forelegs and its head over the side. It sort of slowly turns its head and looks at you. It appears to be a bearded dragon. And slowly this pink tongue just sort of lazes out of its mouth and then comes up to lick one of its round orb eyes and then disappear back into its mouth. Unfortunately, he is quite bad at sneaking about. I call him Daniel.
Daniel. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna pull out Squeakers and pet him. This is Squeakers.
That is a fine rodent, Master. Squeakers, his name was.
Yeah, Lord Squeakers.
Lord Squeakers, I didn't realize I was in the presence of nobility. Forgive my impertinence. And he, pretends to doff a hat he's not wearing and bows low.
I can just face palms.
Leah tries to hide that giggle.
I don't know where you're coming from, but this chamber's a bit off the path if you're looking for Umbrelite, it was. Umbrelite. Yes, one of the big three. I see. I suppose if there were surface dwellers down here, they would want to speak in Umbrelite. Interesting, yes. Very well. Do not mind, Chelt. Follow me. He's going to approach the party and with his hands still up, make gesture as though he would like to squeeze by.
I telepath to the group. Although he's funny, I don't trust this fellow. Let's keep our guards up, just in case.
So are you going to let him by as he appears that is he wants to enter the tunnel you just came from?
Yes. I'll let him by.
I'll let him by, but I'll keep a close watch in my own pockets.
He will begin to... He keeps his arms kind of up as much as he can. He has to let them fall every now and then to rest them, but he seems to be putting a lot of effort into seeming non-threatening by showing that he has not got a weapon in his hand. And sometimes he runs his hand along the walls of the cave and seems to rub his fingers together to see if he's picked up any residue from there. And as he walks, he walks at a slow canter. He turns every now and then back toward the group, as I suspect the group is following him. This is me waiting to hear if anybody is not following him.
I don't think anyone's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following.
He turns back to the group and smiles every now and then and says, "So, is it your first time in our humble home, away from whatever home you come from?"
I'd like to keep an eye out for an ambush.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
It must be something mighty important to discuss if you're going to venture into these so dark caves by yourselves. I think the last time I saw a group of explorers expeditioning into our humble caves, it was an entire army serving one of those blasted gods of light. Made a terrible racket when they came through, killed a lot of folk. You're not here to kill a lot of folk, are you?
We'd like to avoid any bloodshed.
As would I. Let's see. This is the tunnel you came from, so you must have been coming from that direction, he points down. How long were you walking in this tunnel? It matters not. The turn-off you're looking for is back this way, just a short distance. Shalt knows these tunnels like the back of his hand. Isn't that right, Daniel? Yes. No, I will tell them. When it becomes pertinent. Well, it's not pertinent yet. You're being too loud again, Daniel. This is why we can never get away from creatures that want to eat us.
I telepath again. Jebel, do you understand anything? Is he speaking animal?
Jebel, you do not hear the lizard talking at all.
I just telepath back and we're like, I don't know how to speak animal.
Even if it's not pertinent now, you could still tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, what's that?
I happen to overhear you saying you looking to say something.
You're a big lizard, aren't you? You wouldn't happen to be family of my Daniel, would you?
Even though he's a very fine lizard, I don't believe so.
Unfortunate. I keep telling him he's going to grow up big and strong one day. It would make a fine example for him, but if he's not related, well, then I don't want to get his hopes up too high, you see. Daniel was telling me that I should warn you not to slip in the sticky slime left by all the monsters that come through here. There is a great deal of it.
Ugh.
He, swipes his hand on the tunnel next to him and, works his fingers together and then spreads them out, showing you that there's, this ichor, just those tendrils, just snot between his fingers. Says, yes, sticky, nasty slime, and, smells the foulest thing. Have you got something for this? He just sort of, waves his hand at you.
Ugh. No, I don't, but is this usually a sign of it, a sign of anything?
Well, it's a sign that there's sticky, nasty slime to avoid, but, there's all kinds of creatures that make their homes down here, and as long as you don't run afoul of them, you'll probably be okay. This particular slime... Snail.
Oh, okay.
Flail snail.
Was that something we happened to read upon just as one of the residents of the Underdark?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Possibly.
No history?
Just a wildlife, or is it a very wildlife?
Can I roll history on?
Both of you, Yukikaze and Leah, may roll history.
I rolled nature, everything about flail snails, because I assume it would be nature.
It is.
Might be Arcana, maybe a little bit, perhaps.
You could.
Um,
Arcana would yield all of the interesting properties of them, and I know you can make that roll, so yeah.
Yeah, I got a 20. So I know everything that they're useful for, but
fair enough.
nothing else about them.
I got a 14.
Okay.
17.
17.
Could I roll anything, or is it just the that are, since I didn't do much?
Those two are the ones who specifically researched the Underdark.
Fair enough. Just thought I'd ask.
No, Leah, with a 14, you did not come across anything particular about something called a flail snail, but it sounds like it's a big, slimy snail.
Yeah.
Yuki, with your 17, there was mention of this in the expeditionary journal that you pulled up, which was mapping a lot of the Underdark. One of the things that had been noted was this snail-like creature, and I say snail-like creature because when you say snail, most people think of, maybe those 1-inch long little guys with a hard shell that leave a slime trail behind them wherever they go, or maybe if you're particularly unfortunate and live in Texas, you think of the big 1 foot long ones that eat entire houses when they're made of stucco. But no, this account you read did talk about a creature that happened to roll by while the man was recording for his book that stood over 5 feet tall and had eye stalks in the shape of crystalline clubs. And he witnessed it feed upon another animal after it passed by him by bludgeoning it to death with its face.
So, you guys see Yukikaze be like a snail, huh? Oh, shit.
Lara Mendes will telepath. I didn't know that there were flail snails in the Underdark. That's interesting.
Where are you familiar with them from?
I'll telepath back to Blair and be like, you're like thinking the thing I'm thinking, right?
That they have quite useful anti-magical properties.
No,
They have what now?
Cyrus, you need to like chill because this thing's like bigger than you are.
No. I need to know in case it attacks. They have what now?
Anti-magic properties, but that shouldn't matter. Nobody's got magic anyway.
That
Rare
was
beast,
telepath.
that is.
So does he say that?
Oh, I forgot about your telepathy. No, he wouldn't have said that.
Can I pull up the flail snail to see
Mhm.
about what
You may.
exactly its anti-magical properties are?
And I'll tell Cyrus what this thing looks like. Well, everyone, because everyone's listening in, I'll quickly describe. Was like, yeah, when I was reading, it's not like the little buggers that you find crawling around. These things are like 5 feet tall, nasty buggers with like club eyeballs. It's not fun.
Their shells are good at absorbing or reflecting magic that is thrown at the snail. Many people hunt them down, actually, to use the shells to make into shields and things, as if processed properly, it retains some of that property for a certain amount of time.
Only a certain amount of time.
Without the beast naturally keeping things going, the power in it fades a bit. It is still useful. It's just not as potent.
Yes.
Is that picture to just show us an
to
example,
illustrate?
or are we under attack?
To illustrate.
But Yukikaze just described.
I did get one thing wrong. They're closer to 10 feet tall.
God damn it.
Jesus.
There
Yeah,
we
you
go.
know, only double.
Yeah,
I mean, medium versus large.
Just be like, yeah, that, we come across one. That does not look like 5 feet tall.
Apparently, he just ran to a baby one,
the expedition only found the children.
and that's why they lived.
Blah.
So I hope I'll say this out loud. I hope we don't run into one of these things on the way.
And then one falls on you.
Okay, right?
Yeah. As you say that, you get bashed on the back of the head by one.
Also, Tristan, like we are right to be correct that we have defaulted to Undercom this whole time, like, because that's what
As far as I've been told, everybody, when they're not talking directly to this NPC, they're talking to each other using the telepathic bond.
correct. But for me, default, this whole area is going to be Undercom unless I say otherwise.
Okay,
That's what I want to specify for myself.
that's fine. So, he's leading you back down this tunnel that you just traversed for the last several hours. You are following him for about a half hour, passing offshoots and little cubbies here and there, and you see him, like, pointing out each time he passes one, and appears to be, like, taking account of them. Before finally he points to one to the left. He says, "Yes, this should be the way here. You said Umbrelite, right? The, Drow City?"
Yep.
Well, I wouldn't go there myself, but if that's what you want to do, I can get you nearby. Drow, not to be trusted. He seems to, look around suspiciously as he says that. Then he quickly puts a finger to his lips and goes, "Shh, quiet, Daniel. They'll hear you." In any event, this way. Begins leading you down. This one seems to go down much more steeply, but unlike the tunnel you were just in, after a short ways, it seems to sort of widen out into a somewhat more cavern-like area, and you now have growth of phosphorescent fungi here, so the area once again becomes a bit dimly lit as it is broken up by rock shelves and outcrops from the walls. The floor is also partitioned up by stalagmites and stalactites that have grown down to the floor to create full mineral columns.
The direction he led us in from the tunnel that we had been walking down, and this general kind of going down kind of thing line up with the directions given to us by, or line up and not oh yeah, we're supposed to go up and to the left, and now we're going down and to the right from where we would have been coming in the first place.
It does seem that this could be correct. Enough about it matches up that it's not necessarily suspicious. But there's also the idea that the tunnels aren't all one direction tunnels until you turn. They're not straight. And even a tunnel that's heading downward at a slope, can also slope back up for a while and then serpentine downward again. And it can be curving to the left before wrapping back around to the right.
Tristan, as a person that can see the colors down here, can I tell if the thing he's obviously using to navigate down here has any color coordination or anything that sticks out to me? Can I figure out how he navigates?
Ah, very good question. Yeah, roll me a quick intelligence check.
Let's see, yeah. Intelligence +1, so 18.
Okay. He's only taken one offshoot so far, but you did notice as he was counting before, there were patches of algae that stood out to you against the rock only because they were a different color, and some were kind of a rust red and others were more of a loam green. This one that he chose had kind of a violet cast to it, and might have been entirely unnoticed, for its texture was not terribly different from the wall except for its color.
Interesting.
But if he has normal dark vision, he should also be completely unaware of the color.
Yeah, that's true, but I won't know. But I gotta keep paying attention to see if this pattern repeats itself as we follow this guy.
You once again hear the trickle of water, and as you watch to your right, there is a hole in the wall that is pouring out what appears to be clean water that is cutting its own riverway down along next to the path you follow. You see several more spider webs glistening along the walls, some of them inhabited as you go. He finally stops before another entrance to an offshoot path. And Leah, you do notice that there is, again, this algae growing on the rock face around it, and it is, once again, purple. And he turns to the party and says, "I did have a question." It's not often that people from the surface know my tongue. Tongue of the Underdark. Even those who come down here with a purpose seem to be blissfully unaware of the pleas of those they slaughter. Why do you speak my language?
Allies in low places.
Friends with the drow. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, it isn't my business who you sleep with. Very well.
Yeah, grimace at the thought, but I don't think many notice.
This He shrugs and turns into this entryway that you saw, Leah, was purple. Begins leading you around the corners. For the time being, this will do. Chopped.
Should use the flail snail.
He's again testing the wall, and his hand seems to be coming back dry, to which he nods as he continues up ahead of you.
Does he see me touching moss when... Where's, like, every wall just covered in this stuff?
I mean, covered, not quite. Now and again, he's definitely coming back with, whatever might be growing on the wall. Moss and algae are different. Algae is going to be much harder to notice because it's a very thin layer on the wall. It's just going to look like slime.
So that's how he's navigating. He's testing it to see if it's particular, like, a particular texture I feel as opposed to sight.
Could be. He passes by the offshoot to your right, and he's leading you up. And he stops right before this next bend and says, "You make a lot of noise when you move around here, masters. You must be carrying a lot of equipment, which is good. You will need it to survive in a place like this if you don't have friends like Chelt, and Chelt won't be around to lead you everywhere you need to go." Now, this is the marching order you gave me, so, Yuki, that places you directly in front of him. You have nothing to say to him?
No, I was muted, sorry. Maybe. I don't know. Snails down? There's just a lot of nasty stuff down here. Yeah, so, yeah. No, nothing really to say.
Ooh, take a long time to say nothing, master. Very well.
Well, I have a lot on my mind. Like, I was told, or, like, with my research, there are things that can...
Daniel, be quiet! It's dangerous up ahead. Masters should watch their heads. The ceiling gets low in places.
Wait, well, don't talk about watching heads. It's
Oh my
freaking.
gosh.
I could heal a flesh wound, like a cut, a broken bone, brain's getting sucked out. I can't heal my brain, okay?
So
Masters should stay close.
Alright, well then we gonna move up, guys? Like,
if a gnome has to watch his head, how uncomfortable is this for the 7-foot 7-inch dragonborn?
He didn't say he had to watch his head.
Ah.
He just said, for us,
said
it's
masters, yeah.
Said masters should watch their head. The ceiling gets low in places. He begins making his way across this wider room. Now, your dark vision is 60 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Which means you can see to the far wall. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50. So you have command of this entire area visually. You can see that it is a very gently sloped upward area. Each of these colored squares is a stalagmite or stalactite, or a floor-to-ceiling joining of stalagmite and stalactite. And as he moves through here, you notice that he slows down and begins taking his steps carefully, looking around. And after he gets a few paces ahead of you, he stops and looks around, turns back a little, and waves a hand at you to follow.
Is that like one of the low spots, or?
Anywhere, so these red things are stalactites, so they're going to be hanging down from the ceiling. The ceiling is about 30 feet up here, mostly. It's varied.
I don't think I can see that far.
You have dark vision of 60, don't you?
Yeah, okay. Is that 60?
It'll say in the left-hand bar.
Oh, no, I was just counting how many squares.
Well, he counted.
I
Like,
counted. You can see the whole
just
room.
a moment ago.
Oh. Alright. Okay. I'm just gonna stay
Like,
with
this
these
wall
spots.
here is exactly 60 feet away.
I want to try to. Alright, so yeah, we'll keep close, but I'm like gonna stay in areas with a lot of space within reason,
Okay.
not to put myself in danger.
If I can see him, then I want to follow his footsteps as exactly as I can.
All right. Well then, let's go then.
Okay. As he then, if you are watching him that carefully, oh, but Cyrus, how will you pull that off?
Yeah.
I could worm my way to the front of the group, but I suppose in efforts to keep Lee in the middle, as we had discussed, I guess I won't. So I guess I'll only do it once we get partway out there, and I'll just try and follow him for the second half.
Okay. Yuki, what's your passive perception?
It is a whopping 10.
Okay.
Woo!
So yeah,
Never mind.
you see him, working his way out here, and he seems to be moving much more carefully, whereas in most of the tunnels prior to this, he was walking pretty, relatively carefree fashion, just brushing the walls now and then and testing the textures. He just seemed to be kind of chatty and moving along. Now he's become very quiet, and you saw that he passed south, and between this, he passed close to the stalagmite, away from the stalactite here, and now he's out in the open, and he seems to be waiting for you.
Alright, well, since I have good survival skills, I'm gonna realize that it's very important that I do what he did, so I will make sure I remember and do exactly what he did.
Okay.
I'm following. It says Raiken is in front of me. I'm following Raiken's steps, as Leah is walking directly behind. But the beauty of the cave at this point, since it's full of stalagmites and stalactites, it's also very new to her. She's very easily distracted.
Mm.
So she keep like looking over at these things hanging from the ceiling and be like,
Oh, pretty.
And they are beautiful in their own haunting way as they just sort of hang in the gloom around you, glistening with this palpable skin of moisture on them, dripping now and again, leaving a plunk, plunk. You notice, Vendar, that as Yuki enters the room following the gnome, he seems to be watching his feet and moving very unnaturally. It seems he might be trying to follow the same path carefully that he had seen taken. Are you going to do the same?
I will, and I'll tell Raiken to try to follow my path.
Okay.
Raiken will follow.
Raiken will follow.
And tell Leah to stay close behind.
I'm following you. Relax already.
She says, and then he feels her presence stop as she stares at the stalactites.
Oh yeah, if you stop, she will run into your back.
So this is just from the last session we played. I had potions. I meant to hand them out, but we had like the week in between, so I forgot. So can we just say that I handed out 2 of them?
Handed out 2 total or 2 to each person?
2 total at the moment.
And you're going to need to determine who has them and what they are.
Potion of Storm Giant Strength would go to Yuki Kaze.
Very nice.
And a potion of Cloud Giant Strength will go to Raiken.
Cloud Giant Strength.
So which one's stronger, a storm or a cloud giant?
Storm.
Of course, he needs more help than I do.
Yeah, but you have magic. He's a pure strength class. Just
As Cyrus gets into the cave, I'd like to subtly cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can find any other thinking creatures within 30 feet of me that I can't see.
Thinking creatures within 30 feet of you that you can't see. What are the limitations on it?
It can't go through more than 2 feet of stone, and the creature must have an intelligence of higher than 3 and must speak a language.
Must speak a language?
I believe so. That's a requirement for an earlier part in the spell. I don't know if it is for this section. It's a little vague because 5e, but
I'll have to take a look at it.
You can also use the spell to check the presence of free thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast a spell, what is your action during the duration? You can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell penetrates barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead blocks you. You can't detect a creature or with an intelligence of 3 or lower, or one that doesn't speak any language. Once you detect the presence of a creature in this way, you can read its thoughts to the restoration as described above, even if you can't see it, but it must be within range. But must still be within range.
Okay, so it sounds like even if something has higher than 3 intelligence, if it doesn't speak a language, you don't detect it.
Correct.
Okay. You don't detect anything.
Alright. Well, it was worth a try.
It was. But yeah, by that wording where it says intelligence higher than 3 or doesn't speak lower than 3 or doesn't speak a language means that if either of those is met. So even if it spoke a language and its intelligence was lower than 3, it still wouldn't pick up. I don't think anything with an intelligence that low has a language.
Yeah, generally, if it has intelligence that low, it's not allowed to speak.
Seems to me.
Womp womp. Oh well. Maybe that'll be a handy trick later.
Otherwise, they would use and. Okay. And or and nor, Sam. Yay, logic.
Spells subtracted. Well, spells and sorcery.
Okay. Cool. So, Schultz is standing in the entrance to a much wider tunnel than you are used to seeing ahead of you. And is signaling, like, come on with one hand while also keeping a finger to his lips with the other.
I'm a Raiken quieter.
Okay. Dibble.
Yeah.
You've been mind flayed.
That'd be so mean.
What do you mean that would be so mean?
Jebel, you suddenly find that as you try to continue forward following behind Cyrus, that you can't move. And you feel this pressure, like, around your midsection. And as you look down to try and understand what is preventing you from moving, you see this narrow, fleshy tendril is wrapped double around your abdomen and holding you in place.
And I'm just going, help?
Now you can roll initiative.
Damn it.
Yay! I get to fire at something. Oh joy.
Wait, excuse me? What did you say? You get the what?
I get to fire at something.
In this tiny... I can't even talk to you right now.
I have non-AoE spells. And besides, I was told not to have spells. So, I'm a busting crossbow.
I guess Leah is still very distracted. Yes, that was not.
Fireball.
Yeah, that was not a good initiative roll.
Oh my gosh, is Raiken gonna be ahead of people when he got a 9?
So far, yeah.
No, Yukikaze is very alert because he, like he said, he can heal flesh wounds. He can't heal his brain.
Alright, so Raiken, you said you got a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Lair, what'd you get?
22.
22. Nice. Yukikaze,
17.
17. Leah,
5.
nice.
Yeah.
Jebel,
8.
8. Cyrus,
11.
11. Alright, do some magical
Oh,
rearranging.
Actually, make that 10. Sorry, I added the wrong bonus.
You also have to ask Vendar.
Oh, Vendar. Why is he still not on this list? I'm sorry. Vendar, what'd you get?
He said
Is he
he'd be
still?
back.
He's still freaking away.
People just keep BRBing at the wrong time.
Hmm.
It is unfortunate. Means he missed the beginning of the monster reveal.
Now
Is
we'll
it a
never know
gelatinous
what it
cube?
is.
Yes. Gelatinous cube. How did you guess?
Because fleshy tendrils have nothing to do with gelatinous cubes. It was being sneaky.
Unless it's a giant snail.
Keep that.
And I'm back.
Hey, you're
Roll
lucky.
initiative.
About to assign you the bottom of the initiative order. But people are rolling initiative because Jebel just stopped at the back of the line and said, help?
I got a 19.
This is weird.
Lara Mendes gets to go first.
I don't like it.
Dude, happy birthday, creepers. It's an anniversary of creepers today.
It's like the idea that Lara Mendes is just there going like, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Memories.
I could use a potion of giant
What do you
strength.
do with your hands? So, here's the initiative. And right as Jebel says, help, and the rest of the group, as they're trudging along carefully, quietly, following in Yukikaze's footsteps, turn to see Jebel wrapped with a tentacle, pulled bodily against this stalagmite. I'm pointing at the wrong screen right now. Pulled bodily against this stalagmite here, growing out of the ground. Which then suddenly seems to split and begin to crack and break almost. But as the top seems to sort of tip off, almost like it's going to go crashing to the ground, you see that rather than the jagged, uneven cleavage plane, you see a maw filled with jagged teeth.
Mimic.
Stalactite mimic.
It's a mimic!
Who got caught this time?
Well, at least he only called once.
It's a bar.
They're all mimics. Kill them! Kill them all.
Let's hope not.
Just you fireball everything right now.
Okay.
No.
I
Near
don't
the
care how
cave.
recruitments. I said I
So- does an 18 hit your AC, Jebel?
It does.
It does. Okay, so it is going to, grab you, pull you the few inches back toward it as you are walking past, and you're going to find that these teeth come down on you, biting into your flesh, and you will take 22 points of non-magical piercing damage.
Ooh.
Wait, is it actually a mimic?
Going to use my reaction
I will allow it.
to impose my shield on him. He's within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
So, I believe that it's more than that. So let me just double check with that.
22 was the damage.
So yeah, you take nothing as I hurl my hand, and the teeth don't manage to strike you. And then I look sad when the shield comes back to me.
You find that this red bubble of force expands around you, preventing this stalagmite from biting into you. Okay, Larmendus, it is now your turn. You have your reaction back.
Okay. I am going to...
Oh, we need battle music.
I am going to...
Yeah, I need to get pumped.
I get pumped. I'm like, this is not pumpy music. I wish I had a larger selection of battle music, but so much is, I'm sorry,
Chill
what?
Touch
Chill Touch. Okay.
for a 23 on its AC.
I think that's gonna hit.
I can find some deeds. That'd be lovely.
That would hit Raiken.
I'm using my own battle music. I think Death Punch will do.
I don't listen to them.
I've been very into them lately. It's a good band.
But at the same time, I couldn't play them. It was licensed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I only knew it as a game. I didn't know it was a band.
I think Death Punch. Didn't know that as a game.
I've seen 500 Death Punch live.
Sorry, not 5. 1.
So have I, actually. They're the
What's the
cool
five-
bass player.
I think Five Finger of Death Punch's name was a reference to the Kill Bill movie, wasn't it? How long have they been around?
I think the band is younger than that film.
So, might be. That they
Might be, yeah.
Because I know that that was where you got the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Yeah, I forgot about that
2005
actually.
Was the band.
Huh?
2005 was when the band formed.
I don't know when Kill Bill Volume 2 was.
I mean, 1 and 2 was made at the same time, but they
Two
didn't
was
release the year apart, I think. Oh wow, that's close.
They
That's
were
so
very
close. It's
That's
very
probably
possible.
why I thought they were related, because it was like one and then the other happened. Okay, let's go with that for now. Alright, so you cast Chill Touch at a 23. That is going to beat its armor class.
Okay, so that would be 16 points of necrotic damage.
16 points of necrotic damage. My counters.
Just quick, I found out that they took the name from classic martial arts cinema, so they likely have the same source as Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
You said 16 points?
Yep.
Cool. Nice. This. Cool. So it takes 16 points of necrotic damage, and you see as tendrils of black energy and wrap through the stone and cause these fissures in it as this hard shell of this creature seems to crack. It hisses in this almost volcanic voice, and this beet red eye opens up above the maw and glares down at you.
That's unpleasant.
Oh yeah, these things are super ugly, and I think I have a token for them.
Nice.
Underappreciated monster. It's going to, begin to, uproot from the ground, and you're going to see that this creature is larger as it had been somewhat embedded in the ground.
That's gross.
I am going to... Oh, that's big. Big boy.
Yeah, they're large creatures.
I am going to move 2 left and 1 down.
There's probably more of them.
Boom. Alright. You have moved 2 left and 1 down.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Then, after you, it is Vendar.
I wonder if it's affected by poison.
It has cover from the stalagmite in between you and it.
I'm gonna have sharpshooter. Wait, okay, I guess I'm just gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I will use poison because I want to see if it will work.
Okay.
Should I use sharpshooter? Sure, why not? I use sharpshooter too.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I believe that's a 17 to hit.
A 17 will miss.
Ah.
Are you
Shouldn't I
still
use-
using the... As far as I know, you still have the flaming bowstring on.
Yeah.
So your arrow gets painted with the poison, and as it leaves, it becomes this radiant violet streak of fire that shoots across the room, but it passes just wide of the creature, thankfully missing both it and Jebel.
Shit. I guess I'll go hide behind the stalactite next to Leah, and I'll roll hide.
Okay.
I got a 30 for hide.
Okay.
Isn't that a stalactite?
This is a stalactite, which means it's hanging down from the ceiling. It's still about 10 feet above your head. Or...
Well,
5. It's
hide-
about 5 feet above your head, rather.
Well, then
You're
I'll hide
hiding like a
behind the one
toddler.
just south of Yukikaze instead. I didn't realize that was one from the ceiling.
Okay, so you're gonna move here instead.
Yeah.
Okay. 30 to hide, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get it.
Alright, after Vendar, it is Yukikaze. Yukikaze, you are here.
What are you talking about? Vendar could be standing on top of its head and it probably wouldn't even know he's there. I will draw my swords and think about viewing where this thing is.
the rumbling, guttural hiss it made as it bit down onto Jebel, though it was thwarted by your thwart mage, did shake the cavern with this echoing, grinding stone sound.
Well, I'm just like how much space, like, is there swinging room? Like, how much headroom is right where that is?
Yeah, there's plenty of room for you to go over there and attack it.
Alright, well, I don't
The ground is uneven, but, like, you have room to fight. Like, the room you need to fight is the square you are in.
That's not what I'm thinking. Actually, I'm gonna move up and I want to try to pull Jebel away, or, like, try to get him a little safer position.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Alright, so how do you want to do that? Do you want to go right next to the party here, or do you want to, like, go up and do it in a two-step kind of deal? I don't know if
Whatever would make it so that I could successfully move him back at least 5 feet. Or more.
I mean, so if you go the way I'm showing on the screen, you can get to him, but I don't know how you would move him. You could initiate a shove attack on him, but from here, it wouldn't free him, because you'd need to shove him in a direction that it would push him out of the creature's reach.
Oh wait, he is still grabbed, so maybe I'll swing at the tendrils, see if I can cut him free.
That could work. Okay, so you want to move 30 so that you're adjacent to him and then attack the tendrils?
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Alright, and Jebel, I know it hasn't been your turn yet, but I should have probably already told you that while the tendrils are wrapped around you, you are grappled and restrained. You have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while you are grappled. Not that you have made any, but I should announce what is the condition that you are under. Okay, so, attack the tendril.
No, I have disadvantage because of my sight. Still, right? Or that's perception.
That's only perception, yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
you can fight just fine.
Do I use anything unique for attacking tendrils, or just attack?
No, attack it like it's a normal target.
Okay. Nope. Threw that a little hard. I'm gonna readjust here. Dice flew right out of my thingy. Oh, dice, really? You're gonna be that much of a dick? Alright,
First
so
attack.
First attack is 13.
Miss. You swing the blade. You're trying so hard to be careful to hit only the tendril and not Jebel, so you end up overcorrecting a bit and miss completely.
And I hit the same spot apparently because I got the same.
Jebel, there's just this. You're using Hideo.
Yeah.
So there's just this curved blade sword flashing in the darkness around you.
Wait a second. My brain is failing me. I have. No, I have 4 attacks? Or 3?
Do you have 4? I thought you still only had 3.
I have a lot of attacks.
It's 4 for dual wielding.
Yes.
So you have 3 regular attacks and then your bonus action attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I was thinking the right thing. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, so make one more your normal with Hideo.
There we go. Okay, that's 16 plus that's 25.
25 will hit the tendril.
Alright.
Damage.
1d8. So 9 damage. Oh yeah, that's 5. 10 damage. Sorry, 10 damage. Slashing.
10 damage slashing will be just enough to destroy the tendril that is holding on to Jebel. It falls limp to the ground and wriggles just slightly, and the stalagmite-looking creature behind him reels in pain and shrieks at you, rumbling the room again.
Alright.
believe you have one more attack, but I don't know that anything's in range.
Oh, actually, we can fix that. I will use lunging attack, which allows me to extend my reach 5 feet.
Alrighty. That will be enough to attack this creature.
When you make a melee weapon attack on your turn, you can expend a superiority dice to add a total damage to your roll and to increase your reach for that attack by 5 feet.
Okay. That gives you enough to hit it.
Sorry, I just want to make sure I read it so that I was correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is going to be key. So that's 24.
24 will hit.
6. That'll be 14 magical piercing.
Magical piercing damage. Okay. You deal 14 points of magical piercing damage. You lunge and extend your short sword out, thrusting it into its craggy rock carapace, and you find that it finds purchase and pierces in, causing another crag fissure to open, and it again shrieks in this guttural, earthy tone that sends chills down your spine. Alright. After Yukikaze is the bad guys. So, Devil, does a 17 hit your AC?
Nope.
No. So another tendril immediately shoots out of the hole left behind by the one Yuki cut off and flies at you, but you manage to duck out of the way as it tries to enwrap you. Yukikaze, does a crit hit your AC?
A crit?
I mean, kind of a waste because it doesn't deal damage with this attack, but you're now grappled, and you have disadvantage on strength saving throws and strength ability checks. Cyrus, 25.
Yeah, that'll hit pretty much anything.
A third tendril flies out and wraps itself around you. And Leah. That is a 17.
To hit?
Yeah.
That's okay. Oh. Yes, that hits.
Okay.
Though it activates by thingy.
Oh, the
Pendant of Emotions is shield, yeah.
is the trigger just a hit? Just like shield?
I'm reading it now.
Yeah, just make sure that it's a hit and not damage, and then it's fine.
Yeah, upon taking damage, the pendant can project a magic field around the bearer, increasing AC by 3 until the end of the bearer's next turn. Can activate during a surprise run.
I mean, that says upon taking damage.
Yes, that's true. So, yeah, so once I take damage, it will activate.
Okay, so it's not going to protect you from getting grappled, since getting grappled does not deal damage.
That's true.
Okay, so it is Yukikaze, Cyrus, and Leah are now grappled by this creature. It then is able to utilize Reel, which pulls each creature grappled toward it by up to 25 feet.
Oh, joy.
Leah. Cyrus. Yukikaze, I'm gonna put you here. As you get dragged across Jebel to be adjacent to the creature.
Jeez.
And it's going to try and bite. Leah's small, she's a mouthful. But Cyrus is even smaller.
No! Curse my small stature and snackability!
It wasn't a good to hit, though. Sorry. Pretty sure it's going to just be bite. Yeah, that's only going to be a 16 to hit.
Barely misses.
Okay. So it tries to bite at you, but misses. Curse your snackability. It's okay. Y'all survived that creature. Did I save this thing? Ooh. Oh, I didn't. Like, what? That would have been bad. It would just be terrible if there were more of them.
It would.
Hey, Larmendus.
Yeah.
How's a 10 do for your AC?
Oh, no.
A 10 misses me.
Okay. And Vendar. Oh, crit. You're grappled.
God damn it.
I knew there was gonna be more than one.
Raiken. 17.
17, no.
Yeah. Alright. And,
You can grapple Jebel again.
I mean, it could, or it could try for Chult. It wants Jebel. Jebel 17.
Miss.
Miss. Alright, so it's going to pull. And pull. Ooh, exactly 25 for Vendar.
Oh, why are you pulling Raiken? Raiken didn't get pulled.
Oh, you're right. So, it actually only managed to grab one person.
Poor thing.
Well, it doesn't have a choice to make then. Hey!
God damn it.
Vendar.
You guys didn't even have the courtesy to get grappled, too.
It's only a 17 to try and bite you, though.
Oh, hey, that misses.
Okay, so it tries to bite you, but it fails. The room rumbles and you hear more hissing. Hey, Raiken.
Yeah. Where's the third one? Oh, of course, it's the other giant thing.
Nope, that's gonna miss. Hey, Raiken. Okay, how about a 22?
No.
God damn it! Hey, Lair. How about an 18?
An 18. Hold on.
So I'm guessing shield.
I just want to make sure shield is. Regeneration, which you take when you are hit by an attack or target. Yeah, okay, so I shield.
And it misses Chult as well. Wee! Wait, no. It just can't grab Raiken. It keeps trying.
So many people grappled.
Goes, we're like, well, I'm out. So he literally he says, "Hell, if you survive this, I'll be up ahead."
Well, if anything, that's a +1 on his trustworthiness, because he could take this chance to rob us or kill us.
I mean, he could wait for these things to kill us and then rob us. It's much easier to do that.
What? Alright. After all the bad guys went and tried, boy did they try. It becomes Cyrus' turn. Cyrus, you are grappled.
Before.
Huh?
I said, it's like Leo's never met the character Patches before.
Push him down into the into the crypt and then wait.
Alright, let's see.
I mean, he could have been the new Solaire.
So, I got a question about, what's it called? The one sword.
Okay.
Could I take it with a hasted action, or does it have to be a standard action?
It is an action. It is not... It's like casting a spell. It's an action.
Okay.
The hasted action is super limited, like stating exactly the actions that you take.
Yeah, it's dash, disengage, or a single attack.
So you would not be able to do it with a hasted action. I'll say, like, even if it was counted as an attack, it's two-part, and so you can't.
Okay. Even though I forgot the last one, which may be the most applicable here, which is to use an object action.
Mm-hmm.
Still no?
Still no.
Alright, just...
Still super no. You're casting an ability. It's not using an object.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
I'm also removing that from the scale. That's not using an object, that's using a spell-like ability.
Okay. Let's see, what do I want to do then?
So, you can attack, you could try to escape the grapple.
But given I have negative strength and disadvantage, that's not going to happen. So...
Ropers are good at holding on to their targets. Nom 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 nom.
I will... not bonus, I will twin cast, well... No, twin casting is not giving me too much help here. Casting also not giving me much help here, so let's go for it. So, I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
So I'll take a swing out with this sword that's now been, more or less electrified.
You also know that the tendrils are viable targets.
If I were to twin Shocking Grasp, could I hit both? Like, one to the tendril, one to the creature?
I don't know how you would twin Shocking Grasp since it's a touch attack.
One on each hand, one hand with the sword, one hand with nothing.
Sounds fake.
I mean, there's no limitation for twinning on touch attacks. There is for, like, almost literally everything else, but not for touch attacks.
Alright. You could try that.
Alright. So, I'll use my free hand for the tendril and my sword hand for the creature. As I imagine, only one get the bonus since only one's using the sword. So, first for the creature.
The sword is a spellcasting focus. That doesn't mean that you have to strike them with it, so both spells would benefit from its bonus.
Okay. 19 hit.
A 19 will miss.
Yikes. Alright, and then I roll for the tendril. With a...
It's just got too
15.
much chunky hide. A 15 will miss.
Alright. Do I have any other spell?
Both incredibly hard to hit.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this thing probably doesn't see normally, unless I see eyes in this thing.
It has one big eye above its mouth.
Alright, then I'm gonna try quicken casting mirror image.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Is Shocking Grasp a cantrip?
Yes.
Very well. Nope, that's bloody. I wish they didn't just call him Mother. Sure, that'll do. You have mirror image. There are now 4 of you. And that is it for you. Raiken. These two just like rock formations that were sitting there doing fucking nothing suddenly sprang to life and threw these nasty tendrils at you and tried to grapple you with them, but you shook them off.
Yeah, those assholes. Question. When people try to get out of the tendrils, are they just attacking them, or can they do saving throws or anything?
Normally, if you are grappled, you can roll to break the grapple, which would be either acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
But you have noticed, like you saw that Yukikaze was able to run over and cut the tendril that was holding Jebel. He did have a hard time hitting it, but he did hit it and cut it off, which freed Jebel.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I am going to... Raiken is first going to use... Well, actually, that's the only thing he's going to use. He is going to cast Bless.
Okay.
On... let's see... Yukikaze, Leah, and... which one? Vendar.
Okay, that has a range of at least 20.
Yeah, at least 30 feet. Or, yeah, 30 feet is the range.
Cool.
So,
and yes, you may do that.
So, all 3 of them can add a d4 to their attack or saving throws. To attack roll or saving throws when they use them.
Okay. They can do that every round?
Yeah, unless, like, I get my concentration.
Okay. Nope, just making sure that they know that it's not just once.
Yeah. It just says whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, which
means they can do it multiple times. It means they can do it multiple times on a turn. So, like, Yuki, if he attacks 4 times, he gets to add Bless to every roll.
Yeah, and it's up to 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. So you know, guys, when you make your attacks or your saving throws, roll a d4 and add it.
Nice.
And then I am going to... Let's see.
3 targets.
3 targets. Let's see. What do I want to make? Do I have a bonus action of some sorts that I could do? I think that's... I'm going to run over to the one that doesn't have anybody by it, but I'm not going to actually go right next to it yet.
Alright, so you want to go, like, here?
Yeah, hold on, let my thing catch up. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Alright, you cast Bless and you moved. You got anything left?
No, that's it.
Alright, Jebel. The first victim.
Yeah.
There's at least 3 of these things in the room.
Yeah. I am going to... Okay, I'm going to Thorn Whip.
Thorn Whip. Alright, who are you attacking?
The one that I'm next to.
Alrighty. So, is that a save or do you roll an attack?
I rolled an attack. I got a crit.
Nice, that means you hit. Deal double damage.
Yeah, let me just double check. Where is this? Okay, so
Yeah, out.
it's 31 piercing damage.
31 piercing damage.
Holy shit.
Nicely done.
The little one can bite.
Indeed he can. This thing is bloodied. It begins to ooze from all the cracks in its rock-like shell.
Yeah, gross.
It's okay, it's only getting on the people who are tethered to it.
It's fine, I can clean it off. I got magic.
Is my move?
You can still declare movement.
I know, but I don't want to risk.
Opportunity attack?
Yeah,
Okay, so are you ending your turn?
yeah, I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay. Leah,
Yes.
your turn.
Yeah, I gotcha. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so I'm still grappled by this monster.
Mm-hmm. You may escape the grapple with a normal escape, or you may attack the grapple.
Oh no. I'm gonna try to escape it with a better escape. I'm gonna stretch out my left hand so I can get a hold of, or like just touch Cyrus. And I'm going to dimension door us both to the corner on the opposite end.
Alright,
Like,
Cyrus, roll a d20.
Okay. 9. Is this something that I should possibly be using inspiration for?
I mean, it's just whether or not she grabs you or one of your illusions.
Ah.
Mr. Mirror Image.
Well, let's see then. What's the threshold?
I mean, if I can't get a hold of you, I'm just gonna dimension door alone. So.
Well, it's not my choice. And this isn't something really inspiration.
So what does a 9 mean when you have all 4 illusions?
That's what I'm checking. Oh. 3 duplicates, 6 or higher. Yeah. So if I have 3 duplicates, I have to get a 6 or higher for them to grab something other than, like, to hit something other than me. So 9 would mean...
I hit something other than you.
So I guess she tries to dimension door duplicate.
Nice.
Yeah.
You grab a duplicate and dimension door with it. You now have this this Cyrus with you that poofs and reappears next to him shortly after you get to where you're going.
Ah, god damn it.
So you went like all the way to here.
Yeah, lower right. There, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right in the corner.
You'll hear through telepathy. I sincerely appreciate the effort. There's progress here. Last time was abandoned. This time there was an attempt.
You're just like, oh, good, I saved you. No!
Yeah, that's a spell, so that's all I can do.
Okay.
I mean, I can still move, but I plan not to move when I teleport there.
Alright. Then, after Leah, we come back to Laramendus.
Okay. I am going to cast a spell. I am going to cast Scorching Ray at how many rays is that? 4 rays. I will cast it at 3rd level. The first ray I am going to target at the tentacle holding Vendar. Damn. Missing. I believe a 13.
Yeah, 13 will miss the tentacle.
That one's going to go that way. So the second ray is also going there. For a 24.
That'll hit.
Okay. So that will be 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. He is still grappled.
Okay. The third ray is going to go to the same place.
Okay.
For another miss. That's not going that way. Since I assume that because a 13 missed, a 12.
Wouldn't you know it, today is the day that 12 is 20.
And then, a 12 missed. So you know what else probably misses?
An 11.
An 11. An 11, I believe, misses.
Your dice are nothing if not consistent with their grade.
I mean, yeah. How hurt does the tentacle look?
Really, really hurt.
Okay, I think I'm gonna use a point of inspiration.
Okay.
To reroll that last one. Getting a 25 now.
Okay, that'll hit.
And doing 4 points of fire damage.
The tentacle burns away, and the creature hisses as you are free, Vendar.
Yay! Thank you, Laramander.
I was kind of hoping to be able to share the love a bit.
You shared the love of freedom of movement.
I mean, I was hoping to get a few of them free. I am going to move now.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have slightly more than 8 HP.
I have 9 HP.
I am going to move to just north of the southern stalagmite. Which I think I can make.
Here.
Yes.
Okay.
Just waiting for it to load enough. Yeah. And that will be my turn.
Okay. Vendar.
Alright, I'm gonna disengage and run 30 feet to the right.
Oof. You do so.
And then I'm going to shoot at that bitch that grappled me with my bow.
Shoot at the one that's bloody. Because you have allies next to it.
I could do that,
but I won't.
You can have that conversation because you are telepathically connected. You know what he's thinking.
I see him point at the one that he is annoyed at, and I'm like, no, shoot the other one first. Focus fire.
Fine. Shoot the other one first.
He does the baseball. He like points at his mark and then he just moves it.
Have an advantage on this one because there are people adjacent, right? Or no?
No.
Not advantage. You
No,
get
no.
sneak attack if you hit.
Right. Just advantage if I'm hidden, which I'm
Right.
not because that bitch grappled me.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm not going to use sharpshooter because I want to hit.
Okay.
Remember, on your attack, you also get a
Probably
D4.
would have hit either way because that's a 27 without the D4.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. Well, it was poisoned, so
And it is fire.
is that so? You hit it with fire and poison.
Okay. Yeah, just tell me each part of the damage separately. Remember that the arrow does only fire damage, no piercing. Whatever its damage is normally is converted to fire. You get the extra dice. Don't forget the extra dice damage for the fire.
Does that make it a spicy poison?
Everything that Vendar does is spicy, Alex.
That's a good hit, though.
Nothing spicier than Lynn.
Ooh la la.
So that's 40 fire damage.
That's with the sneak attack.
That's with the sneak attack, and now for the poison.
So much fire. All the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really need the poison?
I mean,
Oh,
is
it
dead
needs to
yet?
make a saving throw, I think.
Yeah, DC 19.
I don't think it's gonna make it.
The dead stalagmite needs to make a saving.
And make sure that you're marking off each time an arrow goes out with the poison on it.
And
So that's twice
twice, yeah.
so
that's
far.
the second arrow.
Okay. I was thinking back to the bear fight, if he had used it then, but he said he'd turned it off. Okay. It's a con
Alright,
save. Yeah, it does not make it.
DC 19. Alright. And then another 43 poison damage.
So,
So, between dead and super dead, how is that stalagmite?
I think he would have killed. I think he would have killed a full health stalag with that attack. That was pretty good.
Now it's time for us to all get tracked over to the other one.
Okay, he wouldn't have killed a full health one, but it would have been pretty damn close.
He's not quite Raiken level.
Indeed.
But that poison is something else.
Yep.
Yeah, because it was getting some goo on you, and now it's getting so much goo on you.
Getting more than just goo on you.
Goodness gracious, you guys. Okay. Yeah, you murderize this thing. It is dead. Your bolt of fire screams across the whole room, in this livid, bright, reddish purple, as it strikes the creature directly in the eye, burning out the socket, and all of a sudden you just see the entire thing illuminated from the inside as all of the biological matter within the stone shell is ignited, and the poison just pours out through all of the cracks like a volcano. Dead.
You don't say.
I mean, it might not be dead, but it's dead. Yukikaze? I assume that you're done, Vendar.
Yeah, I can't anymore.
Okay. Yukikaze, the thing grappling you and a bunch of your friends just died horrifically right next to you. The cave is still echoing with its throes.
Oh. The poison.
The Guinator's first victim.
These things don't seem to move at all, right? Like, I haven't noticed these things move.
You haven't seen them move yet. So it's possible that they are immobile.
I am, going to...
Actually, that's not entirely true. The one that you were fighting that just died did uproot itself from the ground. Like, it was buried half of its body in the ground, and it pulled itself up.
Oh, okay, that's right. Alright, oh shit. I don't want to be separate from everyone. Let's see Raiken over there. Sorry, I'm going to go toward the one that's over by Raiken. And, attack that one. Like, 'cause I didn't miss anything, that thing's just over there, right?
I mean, so you're here. You kind of have to follow this windy path to start going where you want to go.
Oh, that's a good distance.
You're
I can't get up to him and attack, could I? But I could do the one below me.
Might be able to reach that one, yeah. Hold on, let's find out. Yeah, you could reach that one.
Those guys are behind me. Underdark probably could shoot it. Alright, I'll attack that one.
Okay. You move there with 30 feet, you may attack. It's important to note,
Rolls are not that great. So, first one is 20.
20 will hit.
That's 11 slashing.
Slashing.
And then the other one is 15.
Will miss.
So, alright, so first one is 26.
That will hit.
So that's 7 slashing. And then 23.
$23 with key.
Nope. Still hear you.
That sounds like 4 attacks with Hideo.
No, that was 3. Oh, 23, yeah, it's key. Yeah, sorry. Last one, yeah. 23.
Okay. The last one with key hits as well. So you hit twice with Hideo and once with key. Missing once with Hideo.
Correct. And keys.
Fighters and all their attacks, man.
That was only a 1. So that was 6 magical piercing.
6 magical piercing. Well, not bad overall.
Yeah, I rolled low damage on the last one. Last 2, actually. The one I missed with I actually rolled good damage. Alright, and that should conclude my actions.
24 points of damage on your round, isn't it?
Bad guys.
All right, so yeah, you free of the monster as it dies. You rush south and swing away with Hideo and thrust with Ki, dealing out some considerable damage. And after you, it is the bad guy's turn. The one is dead. Time for two. Vendar. That's 10. Laramentis. That's a 19 to hit, Laramentis.
Shield. It regenerates my
I know, it's a really good idea to shield for you.
which I forgot about that first shield I need to do.
Ha ha ha. 3 whole points. Raiken, Yukikaze. That's a miss. And I guess he'll throw the last one at Jebel. Jeb! 23.
23?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gotcha! 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he pulls you in! And he's gonna roll a bite on you because you're squishy. 17?
Nope.
Nope. It's like every time I get to the bite, I only ever roll 17s.
It's just not quite enough.
Just not enough. Just can't do
I
it.
want to feel so sorry for you, but I just can't bring myself to.
Alright, Leah.
Yes.
12, nothing.
Oh, he attacked me. I thought it was my turn.
Raiken. 13, nothing. Blair. 22.
God damn it. 21.
What? Shield only gets you to 21?
Yeah.
So you're grabbed.
Yeah.
And, Vendar. 22.
Damn it, leave me alone!
Yoink. Oh ho ho. And not enough yoink. So you both get reeled in. And then Larabendus. 14.
14 will miss.
Yep. It tries to bite you and it can't. See,
Gotta
at
grapple
least
people.
mimics. Huh?
It's got a grappling people, but just can't quite bite them.
Mimics get advantage to bite things they're grappling. Ropers don't.
Yeah, but they can grapple from pretty far away.
They can grapple from really far away. Like, are you still in my county? Yeah, I grapple you. I think that is everybody you can see and deal with, and that's all they're going to do. Which makes it Cyrus' turn.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and cast Wildfire.
Okay.
Gonna cast it on the one down south in the kind of bottom left section so that it's the only thing catching on fire.
Okay. Let's see if I've got this right. Hey, just... like here?
Yeah, we'll do it like that. Let's see. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So that's 30 feet. I think I have 10 more feet I need to use up somehow. Let me double check to make sure though. Fire. That makes it up to 60 feet long, so I actually have double that I need to cover.
I mean, need is a strong word. I don't think the wall is required to use up all of the distance if you don't want to.
So I'm gonna basically just basically crisscross it, like have it go up one square and then back across, pointing the opposite direction.
Like that.
It would go one more, but yeah. Yeah, like that.
Okay. I don't believe that's going to increase its efficacy at all, just so you know.
It doesn't increase its effectiveness, but does change when the damage is dealt to now instead of later, in case it has the ability to move or something can move it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which I'm hoping something that's big and seems immobile is bad at.
I mean, the dice are telling me it's bad at it. It got a 5.
5. Well, that's a fail. So, we take 5d8 fire damage, I believe. Sure I'm getting that right. Yes, 5d8 plus 5 fire damage. 8. 3, so it's 11. Plus 1, that's 12. 8, that's 20. And the last d8 is 22, so that's 27 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Do I want to bonus action cast anything?
It looks quite hurt by that.
Alright,
As
then
it is
I
baking in its shell.
let's see. I'd like to move 1 square left and then 2 squares up to the wall.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Alright. This corner of the room over here is now brightly lit by a wall of flame, and the light is casting hard shadows from these stalactites and stalagmites still in the room. You all feel almost a little dazzled by it. Alright. Raiken, you're up. You just watched Lair and Vendar get snagged by this thing that you were sneaking up on, and Lair got pulled in and it tried to bite him. But he's wiggly.
Super wiggly. Raiken will step up to the creature and attack it.
Okay. axe in hand, swing away.
Huzzah! That is a 29 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okay.
Good roll.
Yeah. Up that one.
You guys are in the plus 10 range already? Shit, I didn't realize it.
I mean, it helps that my.
Oh, bless.
strength- No. I mean, my armor only gives me +1, so I'll be at +9 without it. So.
I mean, I'm plus 9 to hit with my bow.
Okay. Back to this. Huh. Oh my gosh. There we go. 13. Non-magical silver slashing damage.
$13 non-magical silver slashing damage. Alright. First blood on this guy.
We'll attack again. Huzzah! He didn't do so hot this time. He only got 13.
To hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. I noticed you didn't smite last time. Were you saving it for later?
Yeah, I was saving it for later. I don't know what's all down here. And I think that is it. Yep. So that's his turn.
Okay. And you're happy with where you're standing?
Yeah.
Okay. Then after Raiken, it becomes Jebel's turn.
I'm going to Thorn Whip.
Sword Whip! Seems to be working pretty well for you.
That is an 18.
An 18 will miss.
Well then. Well then. That's that.
Thorny Whip
Stay where I
shoots
am.
from the ground and just glances off the stony carapace of the creature. Leah!
Yes.
You're up.
Yeah. You can hear me, right? I'm not muted.
Yes.
Good.
It's just usually yes is usually a question.
Oh no, I tend to say yes as soon as you mention me. I know it's my turn. Yeah, I'm gonna screw it. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the blooded one.
Okay.
Has Raiken lost concentration, or am I still blessed?
Raiken hasn't been hit, so you are still blessed.
Okay.
I think the only one who's taken damage so far is Jebel. Everybody else. No, Jebel didn't take any damage either.
Second.
Huh?
What's that blessed?
Bless is plus 1d4.
Yeah, to attack rolls and saving rolls.
Oh. Do I have that?
No, it's only you can cause Leah and Underdark.
Oh,
You
okay.
can
No,
only
I
get it
just-
to 3 people.
no, I was just wondering.
I rarely ever use D4, so of course didn't have any ready. Okay, so that's 6 plus spell attack plus 17.
17 will miss.
Did you say will or want?
It will miss. 17 is lower than its AC.
Yeah, I got very confused because I couldn't hear if you like. It sounded like it said want, and that's very weird phrasing.
Sorry. It will miss because they have
Careful.
high AC because their rocky shells protect them very well.
Well, that was a nat 1, so
That will miss.
come on, I'm gonna switch to the matching die. I'm shocked by how big my spell attack is. It's a while since I attacked, I figured.
And you also just got a bunch of items that buffed it.
Yeah, I know. It's very good right now. 23.
23 will hit.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, 2 blasts just swoosh by and the last one hits.
Alright, what's the damage?
Let's see. Oh shoot, I forgot. I was also gonna add Hex.
That's a bonus action.
Bonus action, yeah.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah. So it's a D4, not D10 and plus a D6.
Plus 4.
Plus 4, yes. That's horrendously low dice.
Is the plus 4 including the new bonus from her spell focus?
Plus X, I guess. No, it's because the invocation gives the plus 4.
Yeah, no, it's a plus charisma, so it's plus 5.
Ah.
Yeah, it used to be plus 4, but my charisma is now plus 5. So that's 9 points of force damage. Well, Hex isn't force, I guess. Hex is...
Necrotic.
I think it is, yeah, but I'm looking to confirm.
Sam, help me if I'm remembering wrong. I don't think that spells that normally don't get any kind of bonus to their damage, they're just die rolls, would get a bonus to damage from a focus, would they?
I don't know, because that's not how... That doesn't exist in this edition.
Okay, so if they normally don't get a bonus, I'm gonna... the bonus off.
All I know is that it had said plus, like it added bonus to spell damage. At least in the description you'd written.
I need to think about it more then. I thought there was a precedent for it in 5th edition, but I must have been thinking of 4th.
Okay. Then do I need to reduce the damage I dealt to the creature? Because I had just added it on to mine.
And I'll leave it alone for now.
Okay.
I still need to think about it and see how it should work, if at all. Might be that it'll work the way you think it does, I just need to think more about it. I thought I'd put enough thought into it, but now I'm questioning me. You need to let me finish questioning me. So, I'm sorry, I have now forgotten what your total was, Guaco.
I didn't have a question, I was just
You were
telling
asking about necrotic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just reading my focus thing to see, because you got me to think about that when you mentioned all this stuff.
It's just the 2 points. I guess I'll leave it in for now unless I
Yeah.
feel it's skewing the damage too high, but it's probably fine.
Yeah, otherwise it gives bonus on critical spells, like critical hits and 2 dragons. And we had reduced dragon breath, but yeah, it's specifically against dragons. Most of the benefits is just a +2 against this, and since I didn't crit. But yeah, it's the whole focus thing. That's something I never even thought about. I can't remember ever seeing something in the rules saying that a focus will not
No.
count if you don't use it on the attack. Like, it's because it's a magical focus you always have with you. I just imagine that Leah always uses it regardless. But
this
if
is so you replaced your wand with this new one.
yeah.
No, and it didn't matter before because 5th edition doesn't have rules like this one normally. I was adapting some old stuff, and I am now, like, questioning myself, but it's probably fine. Again, it's only 2 points of damage per hit. So, it just makes the magic item more worth being magic. Fine. So, what's the total with
Okay.
Hex?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so the +2 is both attack and damage.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. In that case, it will be. What was it again? 4 plus 5, 9. It's 11 points of damage total then, because of the +2. But 2 of them are necrotic.
Yeah. Okay. 2 of them are necrotic. Alright, that's fine.
Yes.
So it is more bloody. And after Leah, we go back to the top to Laramundus. You are grappled.
That is most unfortunate.
Which means to your range spells you have disadvantage.
Yeah, it's most unfortunate. I think I rolled Misty Step. Second? Yeah, okay. I will Misty Step.
Okay.
Six down and 1 left.
Boof! You teleport. A shimmering mist left in the roper's tentacle as it tightens on empty air.
And then I will cast Chill Touch at the tentacle holding Vendar.
Tentacle holding Vendar. Okay. Go for it.
That's a 14.
Is too low to hit. I am sorry.
So Vendar, you see a skeletal ghostly hand appear in front of you and then grasp right above the tentacle and then fall to the ground and shatter.
Right in there.
I love it. It's like, aha! Oh, crack. Wonderful. Vendar's turn. You are grappled.
How fun. Does that put me at disadvantage to attack?
No, because you are not yet adjacent to a hostile creature. It pulled you in, but not close enough, so...
No, I'm just gonna shoot it in the face.
Yeah, that seems completely viable.
I guess I'll use sharpshooter.
See, until the grapple ends, the target is restrained, which is attack rolls against the creature. Oh. Oh! Wow, I didn't realize that was a feature of restrained. I feel dumb. Restrained means that attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature has disadvantage.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. I thought that was...
I get advantage.
You get disadvantage.
Oh, I get disadvantage.
It should have been making all of its attacks at advantage. So this fight was a lot easier than it should have been. That's okay.
So it did get advantage like the Mimic.
It should have gotten advantage like the Mimics, because the Mimic's description of its grapple says that it gets advantage on any attack against a target that it's touching. This one just says it's restrained, and I had made the unfortunate decision. I assumed I knew what restrained meant, because I thought that just meant that you couldn't move. I thought it was just your speed becomes 0 and you can't benefit from any bonus to speed. You also have disadvantage on dex saving throws. So here's the whole thing. Restrained. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0 and it cannot benefit from bonuses to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and the creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So I like very carefully didn't read the description of restrained because I was like, I know what it means. It's just they can't move. It's boring and stupid. I was wrong.
But you have to find that out now.
Why did I have to find that out at the end of the fight when there's, like, nothing left to kill you? Okay, so, you have disadvantage to attack.
Alright, well then I'm definitely not going to use sharpshooter.
Okay.
You do still get your +4. Well, D4.
You do still get the D4, yeah. You are, in fact, still blessed.
That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
And a good thing, because Sharpshooter would have made that not hit.
Yep, yeah, it would have. And it was poisoned, yes, so.
No, but you don't have sneak attack because you have disadvantage.
Right. No sneak attack because disadvantage.
Alright.
So, straight damage plus poison damage. Well, your fire damage plus your poison damage with no sneak attack.
At least I maxed that. It's 11 fire damage. And a DC 19 con save.
Right. Gonna do better this time? It's not gonna do that much better. Con, it's still gonna fail. This thing's definitely about to be bloodied. Now there's 2 bloody creatures.
And 52 poison damage.
52 poison damage. Jeezums. It's very bloody. Goodness gracious. Okay. You got anything else?
Unless I can try to escape as a bonus action.
I don't think that's one of your options for cunning action.
No.
Okay. Yukikaze.
Yes. I want to almost keep myself grappled. Oh. Sorry, I missed the last part.
I said it's your turn.
Yeah, but the one, am I still grappled by the one in front of me?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, so I need to break the grapple because I can't swing.
No.
Alright.
Mm.
Is it just movement or is it like wrapped, like...
So it's wrapped around you, pulling you toward the creature. You cannot move until you break free of the grapple, and you have disadvantage on your attacks while you are grappled.
That's what it was. Okay. I remember you saying it was before,
But you get a D4 to your attack roll.
yeah, which I neglected to add last time, but did good anyways. Alright, I'm gonna aim for the tentacle that has me.
Okay. Disadvantage on the attack.
Alright, so disadvantage will be 14.
Too low.
Wait, no, sorry, can't think right now. 140 plus 9. It's 17.
Okay. You do still miss this tentacle, though. It's, the way it's wrapped around you, it's very hard to hit it.
Okay.
It's, restraining your movement in a lot of ways. It's, like, wrapped around your body and making it hard to utilize your arms properly.
21.
21 will hit.
No, I get to add the 4 to the disadvantage, right?
Yeah, you roll 2 d20s, choose the lower, and then roll a d4.
So it'll be 11 slashing.
11 slashing damage.
So
That will destroy the tentacle. You are no longer grappled.
Good. It was 2 attacks, so I still have 2 more.
Mm-hmm. One more with Hideo and one with Ki.
Uh, 17, 26.
26 will hit.
That's 11 slashing.
11 slashing. You deal 11 slashing.
23
23 will also hit.
for 6 magical piercing.
6 magical piercing. Okay. Nice job. That was a good round. Anything else you want to do before your turn ends? With your movement action, I suppose.
No, just no, okay. Yeah, never mind.
Okay. Bad guys.
Can I get that one to make a dex saving throw?
No.
Why
Because
not?
you dealt the damage on its turn. It
Yeah,
only takes
last
it
round.
one. No. It's
Yeah,
not how
last
that-
round.
That's never how we've done it.
Yeah, it has. A new round's passed. We've gone back to the top of the order.
Damn, I need help here. This doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, no, we have always done rounds like back to your turn, not start of the order.
It wouldn't take it until your turn, Cyrus. You moved its time of damage to your turn.
No, it's because of the way the spell's worded. Because it's when the creature's in it, when the spell is cast, or when it starts its turn there, at the beginning of its turn, it takes damage. So it's the start of its turn. That's how the spell's worded.
Isn't that because it can walk into it?
Generally,
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, yeah, if it's worded start of its turn, it is the start of its turn.
Or, well, no, I was saying if the spell is cast, which that's what it was, and it hasn't moved, then it would be when the spell is cast. But if it walks into it, it would be on its turn.
It's also the end of its turn, not the beginning of its turn
Oh, is
for
it?
Wall of Fire. But
That's just my 2 cents.
because they always have the only guaranteed damage is when it first shows up, because then creatures have the opportunity to leave.
Alright. So yeah, it's at the end of its turn.
It is going to miss an attack against Yukikaze. It is going to miss an attack against Laramendus. Going to miss an attack against Yukikaze. And it is going to get a 25 against Yukikaze.
I will say my shield is no longer up, so my AC is just 16.
Yeah, but it rolled like a 13 against
Okay.
you.
Just want to make sure that that wasn't being taken into account with the thing that I missed.
Alright, it's going to move while grappling at half speed. So it is no longer in the fire. And now it is going to try...
Just so you're aware, if it wants to be completely out of the range of fire damage for being in the start of its next turn, it can still feel the heat. It would need to move one more square north.
Well, it cannot. So that is a 24 to bite Jebel.
For
AC.
that will hit. Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be 22 points of piercing damage. What the hell?
Okay.
It's acting. So weird. Okay. No shield from there.
He's, I believe, farther than 30 feet from me, so I wouldn't be able to.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, because it wasn't able to move far enough away, a reflex saving throw is what you need.
Yes. So you dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Got a 19.
That will save. So it will take half of 23 points of irresistible fire damage.
I think it's going to just barely still be alive then.
Make that half of 24. One of those was a 1, which gets counted as a 2 for me.
Oh, he is still alive. And now it is this guy's turn. So, Raiken. That is a 26 to hit.
Oh, you finally got it.
Shut your face.
Good for him.
Leah. Miss. Lair. 21.
That's it.
Okay. And Leah again. Leah, that is a 22.
Now, does that actually count as an attack?
I mean, it's an attack, it doesn't deal damage. It's
Okay,
just a grapple.
Okay, so I can use Sentinel on him.
I suppose so. He attacked a target other than you. Does he have to be within 5, or does his target have to be within 5? What's the deal here?
When a creature within 5 feet of you, so the creature has to be within 5 feet of me.
Read the whole line, please.
When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you,
Okay.
you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack.
Sure. Go for it.
Of course, I'm at
You're at disadvantage
so-
because you're grappled.
But I figure might as well. Well, I did not hit,
Okay.
which pisses me off because I got a crit on the other one.
Remember your bless.
I'm not blessed. Oh yeah, well I have to do concentration anyways since
Yeah.
I got grappled.
I don't think
Or
you have
does he have to
to.
take
You didn't do
damage?
damage, so you don't have to do
Okay.
concentration.
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
Or, you could probably roll that if you wanted to, that it was...
If he was far enough away that he had to be reeled in, like
Yeah.
the rest of you,
I think that's fair.
then I would say sure, make a concentration check, despite there not being damage, but he wasn't really moved. It sort of just wrapped around him and made it so that he
Yeah.
can't swing easily.
Yeah.
So I think he's fine. Is Guaca there?
I guess not.
Me? Who?
Yeah, Guaco. Leah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I asked earlier if a 22 hit.
Oh, sorry, I blacked out.
That sounds
22
bad.
will hit me, yes.
Okay. And now it's going to attack the least armored target it has in its grasp. For a 21 against Vendar's AC.
Damn it! That hits.
Alright, 22 points of non-magical piercing damage as this big mass of rock and nasty tentacle bites down on you.
Now, can I use my reaction to uncanny dodge and have the attack damage?
I don't think there's anything in there that says that you can't if you're restrained, but let me double check. You were saying, Sam?
If I use my reaction to impose my shield, which I'm going to do, no matter what the answer is, and he uncanny dodges, which one gets applied first?
I see.
Imagine the shield.
They dodge for half damage, and
It
then I
doesn't
shield
say that
for
uncanny dodge is affected by being grappled, which is interesting. So yeah, it sounds like you can dodge, and sure, since he's using his reaction to dodge to have it, you can apply the halved damage to your shield.
Okay. I think that it was 22 points, so halved to 11, and
Yep.
my shield has 11, so you take nothing, and my shield is nothing.
Oh my god.
Just enough. Skin is
Wow. Okay, asshole. I see how it is. That's both of them, which makes it
Cyrus's turn.
Cyrus' turn. Cyrus.
Sorry, forgot my mic was muted. I was trying to answer, but was failing. How many creatures are grappled?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, so everybody. Okay.
Currently, now that we've realized that restrained means that they have disadvantage on attacking, it's been much harder for them to escape.
Has attacking the tentacles seemed to be hurting the creatures?
It's very difficult to determine that, but they don't seem terribly bothered, mostly annoyed.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and get a couple people free. I'm going to... Do I want an Eldritch Blast or do I want a Firebolt? Let's twin Firebolt. One going towards the creature in the top right, and one going towards the tentacle grappling Vindar.
Okay. Roll it.
First for the creature. Will a 19 hit?
It will not.
Second for the tentacle. That's a miss at a 13.
Cast and a miss.
You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration for that.
Okay.
Just because I'm tired of not doing anything this fight.
I mean, you did the firewall thing. That hurt
Yeah.
quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, but all my direct attacks have been missing, and I would like one of them to hit.
Mm-hmm. Alright, you may use your inspiration if that is what you wish to do.
19.
19, did you say?
Yeah.
Well, you're in luck. That is also a miss.
Miss, and miss. Should have gone with Eldritch Blast.
Dory.
Gotta get at least a 20.
Is there anything else I want to try and do with my bonus action? I'm starting to spend a lot of sorcery points, so probably not. Yeah, we're gonna call that it. I'm done.
Okay. That, which means next is Raiken. You are grappled. You may try to escape the grapple as per normal, but if you use athletics, you're at disadvantage, or you may try to attack, which you're at disadvantage.
So I'm at disadvantage, or I'm at disadvantage.
I mean, unless you wanted to escape with acrobatics, which apparently you wouldn't be at disadvantage for.
Really?
Interesting. Unfortunately, I suck at acrobatics.
Yeah, I think so, Vendar.
But
He says-
actually, wouldn't I just be normal?
Wouldn't you just be normal for acrobatics?
No, for grapples, because of my armor's ability.
Ah, indeed. If your armor ability gives you advantage, then this would cancel out. It would have L nothing.
Let me just double check and make sure. Let's see. Where is it? Double. Oh, no, it doesn't. It just doubles my proficiency bonus.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
No,
You are better at
it
it.
doesn't do
You're
it.
just still at disadvantage.
Um,
But yeah, it just says, until the grapple ends, the target is restrained and has disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And athletics is a strength check.
I am. To be fair, my athletics is pretty good though. Then still, so I think I'm gonna try that.
Okay, you may try it.
Don't get that die. That die screwed me last time.
But it didn't
Screwed me out of a crit. Okay, I got a 19.
A 19, you say?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Let me pull this up. You managed to escape the grapple.
All right.
What would you like?
Can I attack after that?
No,
Or
escaping a
is that
grapple
my
is an
turn?
action.
Okay.
So you can move, or you can bonus action, or one or the other, or neither.
My bonus.
It's always a choice, but when you're grappled, to attack or escape the grapple.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to attack, sometimes it's not. I swear this rule must have changed recently, because I remember for the longest time being convinced it was always better to just keep attacking while grappled in 5e because you didn't have disadvantage, but maybe some grapples don't have restrained.
Yeah, most don't. Usually it's just the grappled condition. This one seems to be special.
That's why I got tripped up. I didn't realize that was unusual. Okay.
It's probably also why the Mimic had it in its stat block, since it just had regular grapple, but still wanted the advantage.
Right. Gotcha. That makes sense, I suppose. Makes some kind of sense. So, I'm sorry, what are you doing?
I think I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. Then after Raiken, it becomes Jebel, who is grappled. And bit now.
I'm restrained, am I?
Yeah, you're restrained. I know, it's getting late. Trying to push through the end of this, or we can hold it for next time. We're half hour over at this point, but we also had a late start. It's up to you.
We get to the end of the thing.
Like, they are so close right now. Their HP is very low on both of them.
Yeah, I should have just attacked, but oh well.
What can I cast? Let me see. Okay. Too good. I'm going to try Thorn Whip again. Just get it done.
What are you gonna do?
Thorn Whip.
Thorn Whip. Thorn Whip. All right. So if that's
17.
17 is too low. I'm sorry.
There we are. That's that.
Okay. Sometimes it be that way. Leah, you are grappled.
Yeah, I just remembered that Hex also lets let you choose an ability that has disadvantage on.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I will set the disadvantage to be Strength because that should make it easier for people to get out of that one.
Mm-hmm. But this is the one that's hexed.
Yeah. The lower one is the one that has Hex. Yeah. Not the one I'm grappled by.
Right. Just making sure.
Oh,
I probably should have.
I had one fun thing. I think would be fun. Like I was thinking of doing, but it's pretty pointless if they're very low health. So I'm just
saying they are below half. I think they're close, but you know.
Yeah, I was just checking if I can switch Hex target, but apparently I can't unless they die.
Right, I'm pretty sure you can only move Hex once the target dies.
I still had disadvantage firing at a different target, right? Entangled is like
no matter you can target anyone you want, just any attack you make is at disadvantage.
Well, I'm gonna keep attacking the one with Hex then, because that one has I will deal more damage if I hit it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go for it.
Also, if I do get hit by the thing I'm grappled by, I can miss the step anyway. So let's see the dice. I ask again, am I still blessed or have Raiken taken damage?
You're still blessed.
Okay. Because I zoned out a moment earlier and then could have missed if it took damage.
Raiken's finally grappled, but the roper didn't bring a can opener.
That is very good. I mean, if it was one more on dice, it would be better, but still it's very good.
Did you remember your disadvantage?
That's right, disadvantage. Do I roll the d4 again for the disadvantage?
You still get your d4, yeah.
Yeah, but
No. You only roll the d4 once.
Yeah.
It's not also disadvantage on the blast, it's just the d20.
Yeah. So that's... What? Hold on.
That's a pretty awesome roll for disadvantage.
Yeah, it was another 12 on the dice. It's gonna be past 20 anyway, but then because I have like 11 to hit.
Okay. You hit if you're above 20.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, because 23 plus 4, so 27.
Yeah.
My brain is just not functioning well today, so math is slow.
Okay. It dies. I'll save you the math. It dies. It had 2 HP. You do a minimum of 2 HP, of like 4 damage right now.
Yeah, I mean, I actually I do a minimum of 7.
8. You do a minimum of 8 damage. Now 5, 7, 9. You do a minimum of 9 damage. That's pretty good, because it's a D10, which could roll a 1, which is 1, a D6 from Hex, which is another 1, so that's 2, plus 5 from your Invocation, so that's 7, plus 2 from your Focus. That's 9.
Oh, I keep forgetting the Focus. You're right. 9. Yeah, minimum of 9. So yeah, okay.
That's
cool.
That's a pretty good. Eldritch Blast. God, can't think.
Yeah. Well then, I have 2 more blasts, so I'm going to move the Hex over because I think that is a free action once it almost dies. No, it's a bonus action on the subsequent turn. If
do you have your bonus action? Can you still do it?
Yeah, I would, but let's see. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn. Would that be next turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally would be.
Yeah. So I can shoot the 2 other blasts on the creature that's grappling me, but I won't get the hex.
Right.
So I can't move the hex until next turn.
Right. Unfortunate.
Yeah, but yeah, but then I'm firing the 2 last blasts on that guy.
Okay. Disadvantage plus bless.
Here's 6. Oh, God damn it! I've got a 20, but it doesn't matter when it's a disadvantage.
Nope.
Stupid. Let's see, 6. 11 is
Good news, Yuki and Jebel are finally free.
19.
19 misses barely.
Yeah.
My song all night. We're rolling 10s.
2. Okay, 22 plus the D4, but
Sure, that hits.
yeah, so 25 total. But nice.
Damage.
Okay.
It's just a D10 this time, right? No D6.
Nope.
D10 plus
No,
7.
you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I rolled the D6 anyway because of habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I heard. So D10 plus 7.
Yeah. Plus 7. Yeah. So that's 16.
Whew! Damn! Good hit. Still alive, though.
Yeah, it was 9 on the die.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Still alive, though.
Yeah.
Alright,
but
so you got anything left in the tank, or is that it?
that's it.
Okay.
I'm very happy about that because usually my D10s roll below 5.
Yeah, but now
I
you've
have
got all
very
that
bad-
invocation power and your focus power to beef it up.
Yeah, which is necessary because of how often I roll below 5 on D10s. I usually have very shitty luck on D10 specifically.
Yeah.
Just think of it this way. If you hit with all 3 attacks, your minimum damage is like 27.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, with hex.
Yes. With hex. But I have to remember to actually cast it, and if I'm firing at a different target, it won't have hex.
Alright. Lair, are you gonna finish this off?
I am going to cast second level magic missile,
Okay.
because then I don't need to, hit.
It's true.
Um,
So, it's gonna take four missiles.
How hurt does it look? Because I'm deciding between hitting it and freeing Vendar.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure 4 missiles will be able to free him, and then you'd just be able to murder the thing, because you would.
It
Probably.
looks like if it needed to stand, if it had legs that it needed to stand on, it wouldn't really be capable.
Okay, so I'll just go for it then. Okay. First missile does 3. And then 3. And then be another 3 for consistency. Yes, another 3. I'm going to roll somewhere else now. This one was a 2.
Okay, so if I got this right, that's 11 points of damage.
Yes.
It's dead.
Okay.
It's very dead. It had 1 HP.
Okay.
Are you kidding?
If you had rolled a 10 on your D10, it would have died from your Eldritch Blast.
It saves me a second level spell.
Way to make my happy good roll feel less happy.
Oh, come on, it was still a really good roll. Honestly, if anybody should be sad, it's Sam for making sure to double tap. So he shouldn't be sad either, honestly. Always double tap, Sam.
Yeah, always.
The reason for second level had originally been for freeing Vendar. Because I didn't think that 3 missiles would be able to take out the tentacle.
it seems like that was accurate, because with 3 missiles you dealt 9 points of damage, and the tentacles have 10 HP.
Yep.
Okay. Good job. A little bit long today, but we got the combat done. Wasn't too rough a combat. These guys weren't very good at dealing out damage, but they were very stressful in how they manipulated the battlefield. So that was pretty cool. You guys did well. I don't think you have many wounds to fix up, but we can deal with that next time. Let's see really quickly here. The experience for this is that.
I did not roll well tonight. I only rolled about 10 twice.
Everybody take 900 EXP.
Yay!
Hooray.
Wow. It says a lot being high level that you add 900 XP and you barely see the thing move.
It's almost to there. I'm almost there.
Yeah, less than 5,000 to go.
Nice. Yeah, no, these were good. These were not high challenge rating, but I think the fight should have been. It's funny to me. I chose them because they wouldn't be hard, but they are classic and they're very fitting for the place. And I was really excited to use them. I was surprised. I was very surprised that the fight should have been a little bit harder, since there should have been a lot more disadvantage going around. But either way, I think that honestly, it worked out much closer to how I thought it would, based on me doing it wrong. Like, when I was doing it wrong, which is the way I thought it was supposed to be done, it was working out exactly how I anticipated. Once it got a little tougher, I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting.
It certainly put a hamper on Vendar's damaging abilities, minus the Guanator.
Yeah, I do like that poison, but would have been nice to get the snake attacks. The first shot, though, damn, like 86 damage.
Yeah, on a creature that has 93 HP. Alright, good job, and here's to the first encounter of the Underdark.
Run.
I have a funny number apparently. Yeah, I think it's 1,888 XP away.
That's pretty good.
I am 2,789.
Nice. Alright, everybody, have a good night.
Good night.
Night.